Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show. Yeah!
Hi, and welcome to the Pool Guy Podcast Show. In this episode, I'm going to be talking to Gustavo of Pool Service Software. Pool Service routing software has really taken off the last few years. We're going to go over the details of this newer software called Pool Service Software, or PSS. And right off the top, before I start the interview, I think one of the coolest features of this software is that it's free to use, pretty much unlimited, with 10 or less accounts. And so you can really take this software for a test drive at really no cost to you by entering 10 of your service accounts and using the software to try it out. Leslie's Pool Supplies is a proud partner of the Pool Guy Podcast Show. Leslie's Pool Supplies has been do-it-yourselfers and pool trade professionals' trusted partner since 1963, providing quality products and services to make pool care easy and solutions and expertise to do it right. I'm joined by Gustavo Velez. He's the managing partner of Pool Service Software. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, David. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So can you tell the listeners a little bit about, we'll refer to it as PSS, that's your abbreviation, and how you came up with the idea of the routing software?
Sure, yeah. So PSS stands for Pool Service Software. We just decided on a name that was very clear so that people can quickly understand what the software is about. And we like to say that we're field service software focusing on the pool service industry. And that's basically what we position ourselves as.
Yeah, so you're all-inclusive. You do the billing, you also do the routing, and things like that. You're not just a billing kind of software, right?
Right, yeah. So we do routes management. We also manage your jobs out in the field. We have many other features too, aside from that. The billing, as you mentioned, and our invoicing feature is actually pretty full featured. We have recurring invoice templates so that you can automatically have invoices created every month or every week, whatever you configure them as. And there's many options too to the recurring invoices, like carry forward credits. If a customer ever overpays you in a month, you can have those credits automatically forwarded into the next month. Or even if you want to do per visit billing, you can set up your recurrences so that every month we take a look at all the visits you've done and create line items for every visit. Yeah.
And then, so the idea behind the software, how did you guys come up with that and develop this thing? I know developing software takes a lot of time and effort, and it does take a lot of knowledge too of the industry. So you want to give some background of how all this came about?
Yeah, that's a good question. So actually, my childhood friend Juan, he was in the pool industry ever since we graduated from high school, pretty much. Him and another person I met through him, Joe, started this concept and more as a prototype. You know, they saw the need in the market. They were pool domain experts. Juan has run a service company for many years. Also, he sells routes. Joe as well has run a service company. And they saw a need, they built a prototype, and I just happened to meet with Juan again, and he showed me this prototype, and he knew my background in software and in product management, and really we kind of joined forces, and I helped refine it, improve it, and get it ready for the market. So I was on the project for a few years. Really, we didn't take it really fast going to the market. We were slowballing it. But now, in this past year or so, we really have come onto the marketplace, and we think we got a good solution for the pool folks.
Yeah, I think the software really looks great. I saw the site and the demo on the site, and the routing, I call it pool routing software, is more of an industry-specific software. And can you share the details of why this is more of an industry-specific software for the pool service industry?
Yeah, sure. So we have, aside from the regular field service management stuff, we have geolocation of text so that you can verify your technician was there at the service site, taking photos and videos of before and after service, so you can see how your pool was, or your customers can see how the pool was before and after the service. And we also have internal review pictures in case pictures just want to be shared with the management team. You can also track your pool equipments, and then more specific to the pool industry, we have chemical readings and dosages, and we not only track those and give you a nice history at a touch of a button, but we also have a dosage cost widget. So right on the dashboard, you can see on a monthly basis how much your pools are costing you, right? How much you're getting in revenue, and compare that to your cost. And so you can quickly make a decision. Should I keep this customer on because they're profitable, or maybe I'm kind of breaking even and I'm spending time and money and not really making anything in return. So we really try to specialize with that, and also have a dosage helper. So when the techs are on the field, they can hit this little I button on the task screen, and they can get a helper on dosages, like where their mins and the max should be based on the current readings they had today. Where should those min and maxes fall, based on that information.
Yeah, let's pause there for a second because I think that's a critical part of any kind of business, but especially pool service. And since Juan and Joe have that background as service guys and running a business, I think this aspect of the software by itself is just enough to switch over or get it, because with that dosage cost, you'll know if you're actually charging the right rate for that customer. And then on top of that, you have that dosage helper. So I think this is a key thing to any kind of business, but for pool service especially, how much is it costing you to run your business?
Right. Yeah, it's a very good point, because this data is oftentimes missing, and dosages are a large part of your expenses as a pool business, and so we try to bring that information forward and help the pool company make the right decision.
Yeah, so I think that's a great feature. And then of course you also do invoicing, right?
Right, yeah. So as mentioned, we do invoicing. You can receive online payments. We use Stripe as our payment processor. They charge 2.9% plus 30 cents, and we basically don't charge anything above that. It's just a pass-through fee. Or you can also accept manual payments in case they pay you by check or cash. And all of these features too are accessible on the mobile app. So if you're on the go and you want to see where your invoices stand, you can just open the native app that we have for iOS and Android, and see where your invoices stand. You can send them out through there. You can make changes, etc.
And before we get too far, why don't you give the listeners the website so they can look at the software while they're listening to this podcast, and also the name of the app for the listeners?
Yeah, so you can go to the Apple Store or Google Play Store and search us there. You can search for Pool Service Software, and it'll come up. It's basically a logo that says PSS with 3 waves going there. It's pretty. You can kind of tell it really easily. And yeah, and we also have our website. As I mentioned, it was poolservice.software.
Okay, perfect. And so one of the things, of course, people are going to ask about any software that you're going to use is the cost and the fee. So what are the costs of PSS?
Yeah, so we try to have sort of low friction to entry. We have a free plan for people who have 10 clients or less. So anyone that has a pool company, if you're just starting out, or maybe you just want to kick around the tires a little bit before you actually come onto the software, you have all the features available to you, totally free, up to 10 clients. And then between 11 and 40 clients is the startup special plan, and that's $49.50. And we also have a standard plan that once you have 41 to 300 clients, it's $99 a month. And again, all these plans include all the features on the software. Nothing is limited. And then finally, for the real big companies above 300 clients, that's our enterprise plan, and it's 40 cents per client for the larger companies.
Okay, so if someone wanted to try out the software, maybe they have a big route, but they wanted to see how it works, could they join and just put maybe like 10 of their accounts in and play with it for a while?
Absolutely, yeah. We have a couple of customers that have done that and then eventually switch. So you can use the free plan for as long as you want. Doesn't matter how big your company actually is, as long as you keep the client count to 10 or less, you have access to the software for free.
Yeah, that's really a good lead into the software, because then you can try it for a month or two and see if you like it. And then you can mitigate all of your accounts over. And that leads to the next question: is how easy is it to transfer your accounts? Let's say you're using another software right now, or you're using a billing software. How would you transfer your accounts over to PSS?
Right, yeah. So we have 2 main ways that people get their clients in. One is through a CSV import. That's just basically like an Excel type file. If you can export that from whatever software you're using, we can use that as an input to get your clients into PSS. We also have an integration with QuickBooks Online. So if you do have your client roster there in QuickBooks, you can just connect up with PSS and QuickBooks, import all your clients, and that's it. So basically, at a click of a few buttons, you'll have all your clients filled inside of PSS.
Yeah, so there's a range of the people in the industry. Some are tech savvy, some are probably less tech savvy than others. So when you're using the software, let's talk a little bit about the support that you offer to someone if they have a problem, maybe entering a customer or creating an invoice or doing whatever they're trying to do with the software. What kind of support do you offer?
Yeah, so we all our plans actually include unlimited customer support, even the free plans. I've helped people out who are completely on the free plan, and I've helped them, for various months until their business has grown, and they actually crossed that threshold of 10 clients. So we're pretty good on our customer service. I think if folks were to speak to some of our customers, they'll probably say the same thing. We're there, I'm either a phone call away or a text away. We also have another person that helps us in support. So we're here. We're here. Just call us, text us. We also have, through the mobile app, you can submit a support ticket. We have an option there on the mobile app. Or you can just go to our support ticket portal that you can get to through our website. If you go to our website and you scroll down towards the bottom, there's a big green button that says contact support. So there's a few ways to get to us. Either personally, if you just want to reach out to one of us or go through our systems, you can get support that way.
And let's talk about a little bit about what the use of the software is for your business and how it could help your business, especially with the organization aspect. But let's say that you're an old school guy using a notepad in your truck and you're just using, regular invoicing software or maybe no invoicing software at all. What would be some of the advantages that you've heard from people that switch over or come onto your platform to use your software? What are the things they're saying to you?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of things. One is staying organized, right? So you can no longer have to flip through pages on what were the chemical readings in the past or dosages. You have it all organized in the software. It's accessible for you on your mobile app when you're on the go. And it just really helps you stay organized. It helps you save time when you do your invoicing, when you're trying to just manage your routes and assign it to someone else or change around your routes for a day. So I think really one of the biggest values we bring to people is lower time for management, right? You're able to manage your business much more quickly, much more efficiently, and then you can use that time to do something else that adds value to your business, like maybe growing it, like doing more marketing or talking more with prospects, and not having to worry about the day-to-day, just running your business, tasks that everyone will have to do.
Yeah, and then let's say, like in California and Arizona and Texas, we do a lot of filter cleanings and we charge for the filter cleanings every 6 months or so. And is there a way to set it up to where you get like when you clean the customer's filter, when you have to do it again? I suppose I think you're in Florida, so you guys have the single bullet cartridge filters, so you probably clean them every month on a regular basis. But here, a little different. So can you set the software like for regional differences?
Yeah, what we have is in our checklist items, you can easily track when's the last time you did a task. So let's say I did a filter cleaning last week, and then if I was to visit that same property this week, I would quickly tell without having to go to any other screens as I'm doing the task. It lets you know that I did the filter cleaning last week. So we're constantly reminding the tech when they're on the field when they did these tasks so that they know, okay, it's been 3 months or 1 month, I need to do it again, right? So definitely we give them the information really quick for them to access and make the decision.
Yeah, so if you have an employee, this would be ideal software because a lot of times you don't really meet with your employees in this kind of business. And so to have this kind of way to communicate things automatically to the app would be ideal.
Right. Yeah, and they can also see also in case you set up for biweekly or somehow the customer paused service, you can also tell right away on the task screen when was the last time they serviced the property. So we try to just give all these little tidbits of information, very easy to access, so that the tech and the managers can make decisions out in the field very quickly.
Yeah, one thing that I'm often asked, and there's a pool service guy will have this problem sometimes, is that especially the guys that have a couple employees or several employees is that sometimes things fall through the cracks, and I think this is one way to kind of stay organized. And certain things, like if a customer is going to be on vacation and the gate's locked, they can actually let the employee know ahead of time so they can not go there and waste their time. Or if there's a problem, is there a way for the owner of the route to notify the employees ahead of time through the app?
They simply can reorganize their routes. So if a route is no longer valid, they can temporarily move one, or they can just unassign the route and take it out from the tech's route list. These are some of the ways that they can communicate with the tech. And I think you had mentioned something else too. If something happens out in the field, we also have this extra items feature where the techs on the field, if something was to come up, they can quickly add it to the visit and help for those items not to fall through the crack, right? So if they need to change an O-ring or do any other sort of task out in the field, they can create an extra item and it's added automatically to the invoice for the customer the next time the customer is invoiced. So this really helps for things, these small service items that are not planned, helps for them not to fall through the crack, basically.
And that's really crucial because a lot of times when you're running a business and you have the invoice, if they forget a simple thing like even a pump basket, that could add up to a lot of money every year over the course of time. And I
Hmm.
think this is a much better way to keep track than a notepad and reporting in. And then for the guys that are just doing the pool route themselves, what would be the main benefit of logging everything like this?
I think it's just a lot of saving time and also having everything easily available to you when you're on the field. If a customer calls you and says, you didn't do service, you have proof, right? You have a record, a timestamp, you have a geolocation, you have the readings. It just helps, run your business quicker, faster, and helps your record stay organized, right? So there's a lot of things aside from the invoicing. A lot of people sometimes just save so much time on the invoicing, right? Aside from all the other savings in the field. So there's, we like to offer a complete platform with many different features. It's not just the routing or the invoicing. It's a lot of the, extra tidbits of information that can help you make quicker decisions, better, to help run your business much smoother.
And since your price point includes the invoicing, I guess is a pass through with Stripe. So
Right.
even if you're using a QuickBooks type service, you have to pay for that anyway. And so since you're using your service, the rate that you're seeing there reflects the fact that it has invoicing included also, right?
Right. Yeah. Invoicing is included, is not a separate charge. So you can do invoicing in PSS just to keep everything all in one place. It's really helpful when you're out in the field and you're thinking about maybe doing another job, or before you do another stop and you see the customer owes you $500, right? You may want to question yourself, should I just stop service right now because I'm behind on payments? So you have all this information available to you quickly, so that again you can just manage your business easier and quicker. What I was also going to say is that some of our customers, they have invoices in PSS, but then they connect them over to QuickBooks because they want to have everything there. So we have this integration that you can sync everything between PSS and QuickBooks, in terms of your customers and your invoices and your service items that you have in QuickBooks. You can bring them over as our catalog items that we call in PSS, so that you can really manage your invoices and have both systems linked up.
Yeah, and I think it's great that you offer that free plan. It's almost like a trial. A lot of companies offer a 30-day trial, but if you are interested in the software, you can definitely jump on that free plan with 10 or less accounts. And I really encourage everyone who's thinking about a software to try that because it's a very unusual thing to offer that free plan. And I think it's definitely a great way to get your feet wet in any kind of software program. If you're a full service company out there that has never used a software, this is a great chance to actually use one and give it a test run. And so if listeners want to use your software, again, you want to throw out the website and also the app.
Yeah, so the website is poolservice.software. You can just type that in your browser and it'll pick it up. Or also you can basically register, as I mentioned, through the App Store, Google Play, or you can actually register on our website too. If you visit the website, there's a registration form at the bottom that you can fill in, in case you don't want to actually download the app and register through there.
And just real quick, so let's say, a lot of people don't even like using their computers anymore, and you can just do everything basically from a tablet or a smartphone with your particular software, or do you need or do you recommend a desktop also?
The desktop is nice, especially if you're working on routes. You have a bigger map, you can manage a little bit better, but you can do a lot of things on the mobile app. You can sign up, you can create your clients, you can create your properties, your routes. There's a lot of things you can do on the mobile app. There are some things like some settings that are only on the web, so you have to go to the web to sometimes configure some things or change around some of the defaults. But yeah, I think most of our customers end up using both, but there's a lot of things that you can do on the mobile app when you're on the field.
That's great, because I know a lot of the mobile apps are kind of like a skeleton of the desktop version. So this one is fully functional in pretty much all respects, except for a few things you mentioned.
Yeah, like I've had some customers just use the mobile app, and then I talk to them like 3 months after they've signed up, and I say, hey, yeah, you can do this, you can change this setting on our web, and they're like, oh, you guys have a web app, and I'm like, yeah. So
That's funny. Yeah, so well, it's great talking to you, and I think that's a great introduction of your software for those that are looking for a routing software and an industry-specific software. And I've heard a lot of chatter about your software in my group, and so I think it was about time that I sat down with you and did this podcast. So I appreciate your time, Gustavo.
no, I thank you very much on behalf of Pool Service Software, David. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And yeah, as I mentioned, we're definitely trying to do the best we can to bring valuable software to the industry. We like to be customer led, hear what you guys have to say. We're known to improve the software based on customer feedback. So I definitely look forward to working with all you guys and creating a software that really, brings a lot of value to your business.
Again, I've used all the different routing softwares out there, and I think routing software is definitely a great way to enhance and bring everything together in your pool service business. It'll definitely keep you more organized and make invoicing very simple. To learn more or to sign up for pool service software, you can go to poolservice.software, and then you can give the app a test run or the software a test run and enter some accounts in there. And again, as I mentioned at the beginning and during the podcast, that 10 or less accounts is absolutely free using the software. So it's a great way to give the software a try. And if you enter SPL25 at checkout, when you're ready to pay for the paid portion of the software, you'll receive 25% off for the first 3 months. And if you go to my website, swimmingpoollearning.com, you can also find a link to pool service software there. And if you're in the industry and you want to enhance your business, definitely check out my coaching program at poolguycoaching.com. A lot of great benefits for joining the program, including a 10% discount on your general liability insurance. You can learn more again at poolguycoaching.com. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Have a great rest of your week, and God bless. Leslie's Pool Supplies has been do-it-yourselfers and pool trade professionals' trusted partner since 1963, providing quality products and services to make pool care easy and solutions and expertise to do it right.